parallel for the flying machines, yeah, for the aircrafts, how much Airbus is, would Airbus wait, or do we need, in fact, in this field for aviation, really a newcomer to make disruptive innovation, because the position of Airbus is fairly comfortable in the market, or will Airbus take the risks also including the disruptive innovation? I think it's connected also to what you said about getting the talents from all over the world and getting, but then making it in reality and investing there is another story, because there are risks involved.
This is absolutely true. Well, first of all, Airbus only made it to this position today as number one, number two, and together with Boeing, because we were highly innovative when we started. The way to differentiate Airbus from Boeing right from the start was through new innovations, through new technologies like fly-by-wire and stuff like that we pioneered. Now, if you're a big company, there's a tendency to, pat yourself on the shoulder and say, great guys, we are now 50% of the market share, what can happen to us? What we're trying right now is to leave that behind and, as say, unearth the innovative DNA that Airbus clearly has. I strongly believe in that, much more than in the past. But even in the duopoly, the race is still on with our friends from Seattle or Chicago. They have their headquarters these days. And we're not underestimating up-and-coming competitors. You talk about Tesla, well, the same guy built up a space company, SpaceX. Now, 10 years ago, our space people would laugh at it, say it never works, and then most people in the US obviously would love it. Nobody does that anymore. He has already shaken up the space industry. Part of the stuff we're doing right now, like OneWeb, like the industrial consolidation for the Ariane, to build a real company rather than have a loose consortia all over Europe, is exactly a response to that. To say, we will not survive if we're not replying to that.
I would be more specific, for instance, about, say, electrical propulsion,
well,
or even personal air transport. These are really things that might look 1 century away from realization, but at university we speak about that, yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because here I really feel that we are pioneering stuff again. We are heavily engaged in electrical aircraft, and that was thanks, by the way, to our previous CTO, Jean Botti, who is now working for another great Dutch company, Philips, because he had the vision. Then most of us were not seeing that quite a few years ago, that we need to go into this direction. We have now decided that with Siemens together as a partner, we will pour each of us triple-digit million amount of money in the next 5 years into an electrical systems house that is going to develop the basic technologies for electrical or hybrid aircraft, and we hope that both will fly at least as 90 to 100 seater, maybe already in 15 years. Remains, of course, much to be seen how the technology develops. Personal air taxis, absolutely. In the Silicon Valley, we are developing a very interesting project. I'm afraid shouldn't go further, this is classified. But, well, you could, this trend could thoroughly disrupt our helicopter business. We have the largest helicopter business in the world, former Eurocopter. If you think about it, if you get into the flying taxi stuff, I see car companies, I see Uber, obviously thinking about it, saying, wait a minute, isn't that stupid that we only use the ground for transportation? What if we, above a 8 lanes highway, we could use airspace more effectively, in 100 feet, in 300 feet, etc., etc. It's coming, and I don't think it's gonna last a century. I think we are into this in 10 to 20 years, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.